Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation video. This video is for strategic management subject which we are going to present to you about Mr. DIY company, and I'm pretty sure everyone know about Mr. DIY. So what are we waiting for? Let's go deep into it. Okay, these are our group members. We have 6 people in this group, which are Siti Nurfatin, Siti Zarifah, Dinie Izzaty, Muhamad Uwais, Muhamad Aqil Amin, and also Muhamad Azfar Zahin. They are going to explain to you guys about Mr. DIY. Let's move on. This video will go detail into the introduction of the company, nature of business, company current strategies, company achievement, the IFE, EFE, CPM, and also QSPM table, and last but not least, the SWOT matrix. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys about the introduction of the company. Mr. DIY have 890 stores throughout Malaysia. The average square feet per store is 10,000 for Mr. DIY, and it also have 80 million customers served yearly. Wow, that's a lot. And the first Mr. DIY store on Jalan Tuanku Abdul Rahman was built in July 2005, as you can see in the picture there.
So this is a Mr. DIY partnership. All Mr. DIY stores are operated as a mini anchor tenant in Tesco, Giant, Aeon and Aeon Big, and are managed directly and in partnership with large merchants and mall owners. Mr. DIY vision is to be the largest home improvement retailer in Malaysia and also Brunei. As for the mission, to create a globally recognized retail brand, to offer diverse retail experience catering for different customer segments, and to maintain wide variety, good quality and value for money, holding true of our company motto, which is always low prices. So now we're going to talk about the nature of business Mr. DIY. In Malaysia and Brunei, Mr. DIY Group is a home improvement retailer and mass merchandise. In Malaysia, the company has roughly 890 outlets and 4 in Brunei. Mr. DIY, Mr. DIY Toy and Mr. Dollar outlets are all operated by the company. So they have 10 products, which is they have furnishing, household, gift, jewelry and cosmetics, computer and handphone accessories, hardware, stationery and sports, car accessories, electricals and also toys.
As for the current strategies, the first one is Mr. DIY creates sustainable growth. It is by opening 175 new stores under its 3 brands, which is Mr. DIY, Mr. Toy and also Mr. Dollar. The group also added 140 new stores to its portfolio in 2020 alone, bringing its total up to 734. This strategy has captured the attention of analysts who believe its expansion plans will drive future sales growth. Secondly, Mr. DIY allocates 438 million for store expansion. They plans to invest Rm 438 million in business expansion over the next 2 years. This expansion makes use of the company's strong cash generating capability, which not only funds the growth but also allows them to pay dividends to the shareholders. Moving on to the awards or achievement that has been awarded to Mr. DIY, in the year of 2020, they have been awarded as a World Branding Awards Home Improvement category and also Best Practices Award 2020 Malaysia Home Improvement Retail Market Leadership Award by Frost & Sullivan. In the year of 2019, Mr. DIY has been awarded as the World Branding Awards Home Improvement category and also Brand Leadership in Retail Home Improvement 2018-2019 by Brand Laureate.
Mr. DIY is the largest home improvement retailer in Malaysia. We are open in Kuala Lumpur since 2005. By now, we are operating more than 600 stores across Malaysia, Thailand, Brunei, Indonesia, Singapore, and Philippines. We offer more than 20,000 products, ranging in 9 departments, such as hardware, housework, car accessories, electrical, toys, stationery, and so on. Our vision is to become the largest home improvement retailer in Asia Pacific and also to create more values to our consumers by providing good quality products, value of money, and holding true of our company motto, always low prices. Mr. DIY is extremely proud to win the Distinguished Brand of the Year award in London this year. We believe that these recognitions can bring our brand to a higher level among all the brands across the world. Mr. DIY is actively communicating with our consumers through various advertising channels, such as billboard advertising, radio, flyers, social media, and localized celebrity endorsement. Mr. DIY feels grateful for the confidence and trust the consumer puts towards our brand. We believe in creating more values to our customers' everyday life, and we hope to keep this momentum going to provide the best quality, the best product to all the consumers in our region.
This is the company strategic plan, internal factor evaluation IFE for Mr. DIY. They include the strength and the weakness, and the total score for Mr. DIY for the weight is 1.0 and for the weighted score is 2.61. This is the company strategic plan, external factor evaluation EFE for Mr. DIY. They include the opportunities and threats, and the total score for Mr. DIY for weight is 1.0 and for weighted score is 2.64. This is the company strategic plan, competitive profile matrix CPM. For the competitive profile matrix CPM, we compare with 3 organizations, which is EcoShop, Daiso, and Ninso. And for the total score for EcoShop is 2.42. For Daiso is 2.94, and for the Ninso is 2.57.
Okay, next is SWOT matrix. There are 4 elements in the SWOT matrix, which are strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So we start with strength. Mr. DIY has about 1,160 branches throughout Asia. They got an award from KPD&KK, which is Worldwide Branding Award in 2018 in retail home improvement. The price is considered cheap and affordable. Outlet that is trusted and recognized by consumers. Consumers do not have to get in store to buy stuff because they can buy online. And they got a variety of items from all departments, and their outlet are easy to find because it has many branches. Next, weakness. Their weakness are: first, limited stock due to high demand. Second, not all items are good quality. Third, short period of time in terms of warranty, and poor quality check. We move on to the opportunities. So first, sell environmentally based item. Second, development of online services on other websites. Third, continued expansion for online sales. Fourth, development of wholesale distribution relationship. And fifth, affiliate relationship with related vendor. Last but not least, threat. So the threat for Mr. DIY are: first, increase in price input can cause upward pricing. Second, the increment of competitors in retailing, for example Daiso and EcoShop. Furthermore, lower expectation by customer due to lower price. Moreover, changes in government law since MCO staff become insufficient. Also, inflation and deteriorating economic condition. This is the Quantitative Strategic Planning Matrix QSPM for Mr. DIY. So, the total weight score for opportunities and threat is 1.0, while total attractive score for strategy 1 is 2.36 and total attractive score for strategy 2 is 2.43. Next, for the strengths and weakness, the total weight score is 1.0, while for strategy 1, the total attractive score is 3.12, and for the strategy 2, the total attractive score is 2.22.
Two strategies that can be implemented to become competitive advantage. Number 1, improve the product quality of Mr. DIY store items. Number 2, improve the marketing strategies of Mr. DIY store. First, we go to improve the product quality of Mr. DIY store items. To sustain their product and sales, they need to improve every aspect of the item from Mr. DIY store. It is because with this improvement, it can gain trust to consumer to buy the item, and at the same time, it can boost the sale of Mr. DIY store in the future. When the customer trusts your business, they find you're credible and want to do business with you. By doing this, also, it can create a good relationship with the consumer, and the company Mr. DIY store will grow and expand bigger. For example, they can enhance the detail of the packaging, the quality of the product such as steel item. We can improve the stainless steel items so that they can be used for a longer time. With this improvement, consumer will have more trust to buy the product from Mr. DIY store. Number 2, improve the marketing strategies of Mr. DIY store. Marketing strategy aids in the identification of area impact by organizational growth, and as a result, aids in the development of an organizational plans to meet customer needs. It assists a company in making the best use of its resources to communicate a sales message to its target market. By doing the marketing strategies, it can increase the awareness of product and services. It also can reach a new customer segment to know more about Mr. DIY store, and the selling product of Mr. DIY will increase. For example, the organization will needs to improve in terms of hard sell and soft sell marketing so that they will easily connect with the consumer. By promoting in all social media and paid advertising, it can boost the profit, and marketing strategy will be achieved.